Next up, we've got Danny Satori on AVA Live Radio with Limbic Resonance, and we'll be right back with his interview. beautiful production by Danny Satori on AVA Live Radio with Limbic Resonance. Let's hear it from Danny. How are you, Danny?
I'm good, Jacqueline. How are you?
Nice to talk to you. Very, very good, thank you. Where are you calling in from?
Calling in from Boston, about East Boston, about 10 minutes away from Logan Airport. So I'm hearing all these airplanes flying above me. It's kind of crazy.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny. What's it like to do music in Boston? Like, what's happening in the music scene for your kind of music?
My kind of music, the electronic music, it's good. It's good. The people that I've been working with here have been wonderful. I've been here for about 4 years after grad school, and I've been doing electronic music. I've also been doing traditional music. I'm a pianist as well. So I've also been working in the instrumental scene over here too, and it's been really good, really, really nice.
Now I'm looking at your Facebook page, and there is a slamming night video up on there. Is that you playing?
Yeah.
It is?
No. That's okay. That's not me playing, but those are
There's
my
like
friends.
Several different. Okay.
Yeah. So I usually post a lot of videos of me playing, but also my friends playing and the parties that I go to. So that was a party over in Brooklyn, the Wiggo party. It's one of the best parties over there that's happening right now. My friend the Wig, Venu, and my other friend Mary Carter, who's a wonderful vocalist, they just came out with a release called Elemental. So that was their release party. And then we also had another friend of mine, Terrence Parker from Detroit, who DJ'd there as well. So it was a wonderful night to be over in Brooklyn with everybody.
Nice. That is so cool. I love it. I love electronic music and what it's doing today. You know, there's so much into it and involved in it. There's a lot of different elements. There's a lot of infusions into the music. There's a lot of creativity that we never saw before this whole rage, took over. But in the last 5 years, it's been very, very much in the forefront of music. Is that the reason why you got into it? Did you always do this, or was it always in your heart to do electronic music?
It was always in my heart to do music, but I remember vividly when I was a kid. When I was playing the piano, if I was playing Nintendo, if I was playing Mega Man or something on Nintendo. Yeah. I'd go to the piano and I would just play over the techno beats that the Nintendo soundtracks had. So I think it had some sort of inclination even from that age on. But I think to your point, there's a lot of user-friendly technology that's very powerful now.
Yeah.
And because of that, people are buying their own laptops and making their own music, and pretty good quality music too that you can get with these machines. So I think it's definitely making an impact, Jackie, for sure.
It's amazed me, actually, just watching it evolve like it has. I mean, I remember when Toscami had that track recorder out and everybody thought it was just the next greatest thing. They're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. You can record your own stuff. And then, Apple hit the scene and it just changed everything. And it's we got to build home recording studios. And then it was about, everybody sharing files through these studios right into the major studios. I mean, and then the quality just got better and better every single year. Pretty incredible watching it.
Yeah, it's great. And it's also wonderful, too, electronically, because the faster I can render my files, the faster you can get the files, and you can get the transfers that quick. So that also expands the global scape of what we can do. I can send tracks to my friend in Toronto or my friend in Iceland who I'm collaborating with, and it can be that fast. So, yeah, definitely a game changer.
Isn't it? Isn't that the truth? I know. I don't even know if a lot of people, I think that a lot of people know about it, but I just don't even think that people have even utilized what you can do with these systems. And like you said, just rendering that track and working with somebody across the world And I've seen that in the AVA live radio community a lot. Like I've seen people come on the show. The next thing I know, I hear of collaborations that are happening from other artists that have heard them and really like their music. And it'll be like someone in Paris will work with someone in the U.S., you know, and even with language barriers, they're still able to make this amazing different music and these mixes, and their fan bases start to, you know, also kind of come together as a result of it. That's been a really intense thing to watch, and I think that's a wonderful part of social media, you know, and what it plays the role in. Do you find that electronic music is where you're going to stay? Is that just what your love is, or have there been anything else that you'd like to experiment with?
You know, I've always had a very, very strong affinity for classical music. I mean, I grew up playing a lot of piano, and I finished my master's at the University of Rhode Island in piano performance. So keyboard is definitely a big part of my life. Piano is a big part of my life. Improvisation is a big part of my life too. You know, so a lot of my creativity, whenever I do anything electronically, it comes from that improv, the feeling of improvising when I'm at the piano, where the possibilities are just endless. So I do feel, you know, like that for me to stay very, very connected with the piano and the keyboard, that's very important because there's really no substitute electronically for that tactile feeling of playing a live instrument. So, you know, I guess on the horizon, you know, I would love to start working on more acoustic electronic projects, you know, which involve those kinds of mixes with live instruments and electronic arrangements, those kinds of fusions. I think that's definitely something on the horizon for me, for sure.
That would be neat. Yeah, I think that would be great. I love to watch an artist grow and just develop and try out different things. I think that's one of the most appealing things of being able to follow you on social media, you know, is I don't have to be there live and in person, but I could be if I was traveling there, you know, just like people come by and they would see your shows if you announced where you were. That's something that's been very powerful for social media to offer music artists today. And is there a particular producer that you would love to work with that is within your reach, either, you know, across the globe or locally?
Oh, that's a good one, Jackie. So many. There's just so many producers.
There are, right?
Yeah.
I think it's fun. I mean, we were talking recently about Madonna and how she used to work with different people, and that's why she was constantly reinventing herself. And so interesting to watch develop. And it was a time when, like, not a lot of people were doing that. And that's what, you know, was one of the aspects to making her so popular. I still don't see enough people doing that. You know, so it's interesting. You're kind of in a position where you can. So I'm wondering if there is any possibility that you'll start, I don't know, experimenting with different producers and what you could do with them.
Yeah. I think, you know, it's so important to keep things fresh. So what I think Madonna had done historically and, you know, throughout the years had just been sort of her natural way of exploring herself, but also exploring herself artistically and creatively. And I think that's super, super important. I think in any range, in any field musically, you can get to a point where it feels like that's it. But that can also become very dangerous because then you don't stay hungry anymore. And
you don't want to plateau, right?
Yeah, you don't want to plateau. And that actually happened for me with Limbic Resonance.
Really?
You know, it's funny how Limbic Resonance came. So in April, I went to France with my girlfriend, I hope she's listening right now. Her name is Pauline, and she's absolutely lovely. And yeah, she's from France. She's from Dijon. So we went in April to Paris for a week, which was beautiful. And then we went to Dijon to visit her family. And I went to Toulouse, and I visited my friends out in Toulouse, which is the western part of the country. And, you know, I've been feeling like artistically sort of depleted at that point. And it really took 2 weeks in France of just like joie de vivre and French food and good pastries and baguettes and, you know, all of that. And real connection. Like, I connected with my friends over in France as well, too, in Paris, that I've known for several years now, and it was really, really lovely. And I think that was the crux of Limbic Resonance, and that was also when I started watching Sense8, which is the Netflix show by the Wachowskis, and that was incredible, too. And the thought of being able to connect with people despite the distance, that was the premise of the show, and that had happened to me, you know, where I really connected with the people and the culture over there, and then even coming back to the States after, I had connected very well too, and we all kept in touch, and, you know, through the power of social media and also technology as well. So, you know, I think that to feel that first is really important. So if I were to approach other artists or other producers, you know, there's an etiquette behind that as well too. You know, you want to be professional, but you also want to make sure that you're putting the music first. And, you know, this is entertainment, so up and down can always go.
Yeah, so. It is, for sure. It's interesting to hear you say how your experience really did influence your music, and, you know, the culture kind of gave you that feeling to create. What do you feel in this particular song? Why do you feel like you plateaued a little bit with it?
Well, I didn't plateau with this song, but I think this song has helped me get out of a plateau.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
And where are you going next? Like, what's coming out in the future, in the near future, that we can expect?
Music-wise, you mean?
Yeah. What's next for you? Do you have something in the works right now?
Yeah, I always have something in the works. It's
I knew
constantly,
you did.
Yeah. It's constantly coming out. I can't really talk about it too much in detail now, but for sure, it's gonna be house. It's going to be very soulful. It's going to involve some great collaborations with some people that I have grown to love and respect for their artistry, and with them as people too. I mean, your art reflects who you are, for sure.
Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah. So that's definitely coming up, and then. Gig-wise, I'm going to be coming back to my residency. I'm the resident DJ over at Acoustic Electronica, which is a show over at Club Oberon in Cambridge. And that's like a Cirque du Soleil mixed with like theater, mixed with dance music. So we have our dancers, our aerialists, our singers, and I'm going to be DJing the whole night for this thing. So I'm really looking forward to coming back to that venue. It's always nice to be home over there.
Wow, that sounds amazing. Is that like a ticket that goes on sale, or is it a regular place where they do that every weekend?
So it's going to be for February, March, and April, and tickets will go on sale prior. We've already started pushing out some of the email blasts. Yeah. So
wow, that's
it's going to be
fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Any chance you're going to live stream any of it, or have maybe if your girlfriend's there, she could hold your phone and do Periscope for you?
Yeah, you know, it's funny because I know that you're a big proponent of Periscope and live streaming and all of that stuff, and I have never done it, but I think that would be a perfect opportunity to use technology in that way shoot it out.
Not only that, but listen, you could build a whole Periscope channel just by pre-announcing it, just saying you're going to be live on this date and just start telling people what they're going to see. And just the build-up of where they could get tickets if they're going to be in town, or, you know, what they can see if they're not going to be in that area, and, you know, what's going to happen. That anticipation would build your whole live streaming channel, whatever call to action that you tell people, whether it's going to be a certain Periscope, a certain Twitter, you know, a certain Facebook Live, whatever the event is, that you have enough time to build it up. You have enough time to actually get a following just on that one event. Just think about it.
Oh, yeah.
It would be huge.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think that they did that the last run because, so Acoustic Electronica, the premise of this show is when classical meets club music. So you have all of these different classical characters. So like Pierrot or the conductor, you know, or you know, something like that, or the ballerina. Right. You have, what was it, the Black Swan, that kind of stuff. And so if I remember, what they would do is they would take the camera, they would take the phone around and periscope all the different characters, and they would talk about, each character would talk about themselves and the character they'd play. So, yeah, I believe we did start hyping up like that, and it was a really, really powerful impact, actually. People were tuning in like crazy.
I know I'm going to tune in if you decide to live stream it. So you've got to announce it. Got to put it out there.
I will.
That's all right. That's awesome. Well, I'm excited for you. Really am. It's great to be able to talk to you about this and hear what you've got going on. I love your story about going to France for the visit, and you know how it inspired your music. And I love things like that because those are memories that live on forever. And now you have the productions to go along with it that will always remind you of what it felt like to be there and what it was like to experience the culture and be with the people. And I think that that's a great, great gift to have.
Yeah, I know. It was really a very, very special trip for me. You know, not only to meet France, you know, as it is, and to experience another culture, but to go see my friends and then my girlfriend's family and her friends that she grew up with and went to school with and worked with. So those are important. Those are important to have, you know, and to continue to maintain as well. Yeah.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah. You have to cherish those precious moments. I'm so happy to hear that you're, you know, enjoying your life and making music a part of it, because these are the memories that don't go away. They're really going to be there with you forever. And people get to follow that journey too if you're really good at mapping it out on social media. So try and be mindful of it, you know. Just think of me. Think of me over here wanting to know more about what's going on. It's like, Jackie, you know, all right, look, this is what we're doing, and here's where you're going to see it, and then I can pass it on, and that will tell the story.
That sounds good. I will definitely think of you, Jackie.
All right. It's great to meet you, Danny. Thanks for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Danny Satori on AVA Live Radio, Behind the Music series. That is all of our interviews. Special thank you to these featured artists, Casey Pilgreen, K.A. Patterson and the Paradise Band, Des Piling, Joey James, and Danny Satori. Much luck to you guys. I'm so glad that you're here with us in this musical journey of yours, and that you're making AVA Live Radio a huge part of it, because what we do here is we just want to support the music and what you're doing. We want you to take this one thing with you, that music is such a gift, and the people who listen to music, it is a gift to them because they are experiencing their lives in a better way because there's that energy around them. We live our lives to music, guys. So if you don't support indie artists and make that effort to contribute to their music and pay for their music, then you're basically saying that you don't appreciate it. Keep that in mind the next time you stream, the next time you share, and the next time you visit a link that says it's only 99 cents to download. We much, much appreciate you. Thank you for listening to AVA Live Radio and being here with me again today. We'll be back again tomorrow for Behind the Music series with Jacqueline Jax. Be sure to go check us out on Facebook and Twitter, Instagram, all of the social media, as well as link up with these artists through our main website, avaliveradio.com. Have a great one, everyone, and I'll see you on Twitter.
Hi, this is Tiffany, and I love AVA Live Radio.
This is Brian J. Klein, and I love AVA Live Music.
Hey, this is Rob Hill from Canada, and I absolutely love AVA Live Radio.
Hi, this is Tara Everly of Iridescence, and I love AVA Live Radio.
Hey, guys, this is Jacqueline Jax, and I love AVA Live Radio.